Saudi Arabia arrive in Atlanta with a real bounce. And after their draw with Uruguay, ready to take advantage of a pressure-filled occasion for the reigning European champions. Here's Cucurella, and starting straight away, as you would expect, on the front foot here, Spain. Quick start will have been demanded, I'm sure. And now the first chance for Lamine Yamal to have a say on what goes on here. Shrugging off one, away again. Lamine Yamal with a cross and almost a perfect contribution. Starting as they mean to go on, Jamie Watson.
Incredible strength and guile from Lamine Yamal. Just a glimpse of what's to come inside the first 30 seconds.
Well, breathless starts, and of course Lamine Yamal is heavily involved. There is Luis de la Fuente. Happy birthday, Luis de la Fuente. Spoken of his team's desire to put things right, how his players are fined up. The Lamine Yamal discussion was rife at his press conference yesterday. But look at the impact he's had.
He's already grabbed the attention of 2, even 3 defenders. That'll be key for Spain. If there's too much attention to Yamal, how quickly can they switch the play and try to find it through the other side?
He described him yesterday, Luis de la Fuente, intriguingly, as a genius like Dali and Michelangelo. Oh, the switcher play here, that's a fabulous pass. Might work out his. And an important block as it flies over the top for a corner. Alex Baena of Atletico Madrid. And there is Yujos Donis, who has not had his feet under the table that long. But a promising point in the first game. But this is a different animal.
14, Laporte on these are the moments where they try to find Laporte, get him open.
It was short here to Alex Baena. Lamine Yamal, a delicate one. Anyway, will do for Saudi Arabia. Are we expecting a lot of this? We saw it with Cabo Verde, didn't we? A lot of Spain ball, a lot of the opponent inside their own half.
Without a doubt, but I want to see Spain do it a little bit quicker than they did against Cabo Verde. If it's not on the one side, then you've got to go the other. You wait for the moment when Saudi Arabia do not shift over quickly, or somebody is lazy or late, and that's when you penetrate with the pass.
There's Pedro Porro. Tough season with Spurs in the Premier League. Lamine Yamal to be kept alive here and taken by Mohamed Alois.
When you talk about what makes a player special, at 18 years old, full of stars on this Spanish side, they want to get it to Lamine Yamal. You've got some of the world best players, best midfield according to Luis de la Fuente. Yet those players quickly want to get it at the feet of Lamine Yamal and watch him go to work. And if that is the case, then the Spanish players like Baena on the far side, Oyathabal in the middle, need to make sure to put movement and options on to try to combine quickly or get on the end of a pass from Lamine Yamal.
Oh, he's on the ball now. Lamine Yamal. Well, it's going to be fascinating to see how many minutes he does play. Everybody was trying to get an answer out of Luis de la Fuente yesterday. Is he ready? How long is he going to play? Always sensed that he was going to start this one, coming back from that hamstring injury.
Yamal has looked lively and bright inside the first 4 minutes. All the little explosive movements that you're cautious about, the strength that he's shown, and the confidence to wait for the defender to get back up to beat him again the second time.
Becoming the youngest European player to appear in 2 major tournaments. Previous held by Jude Bellingham. That's Pedri. And Cucurella making one of those overlapping runs of his. Rodri. And Pedro Porro now. Just about avoided relegation with Spurs on the final day in the Premier League last season. Nice buy-in of Pedri. Dani Olmo is the target for 2 club teammates of Barcelona. Mind you, all 4 teams starting on a point. Nothing will be decided today. Spain do have Uruguay to play, though. Saudi Arabia will face Cabo Verde in their final group games. Wonderfully open.
It just puts a little bit more pressure on Spain today. If this match stays level and they split the points, Saudi Arabia would be the much happier of the two sides.
Lamine Yamal, Pedro Porro. He's kept it low this time. Find Mikel Oyarzabal, who didn't touch a ball inside the first 30 minutes of the game against Cabo Verde, incredibly.
So far, so good for Saudi Arabia. They're going to suffer at times, and they're okay with that. They've gone 5 in the back, 4 in the midfield, 1 up top, and Spain is having to make sure that they can try to figure out when the moment is to go forward. But Saudi Arabia has not given them anything so far to penetrate through centrally.
Pedri. Back to Baena. It's all pretty tight. Saudi Arabia get themselves out. Abrican. This is where they can get at Spain, though. This sort of area. Al-Harbi. Spain tracking back in numbers. White shirts getting forward as well. Al-Dazari and Abrican. The touch on doesn't quite work out, but that's a warning sign.
And it was a 3-on-3 for Saudi Arabia. They've been on the back foot for most of the game. That's the moment they're waiting for. I'd like to see Al-Abdi just go 1v1. Try to be creative, decisive in that moment. See if you can beat your man and get the numbers advantage.
Saudi Arabia, they've only won 2 of the last 17 World Cup matches. 4 of the last 20. Pedro Porro for Lamine Yamal. It's away only as far as Pedri here. Marco Correa, a Real Madrid player. And on he goes again. Corner will be a close look to see who did get the final touch.
Already starting to see the outside backs for Spain invert inside. And the 2 of the front 3, Baena on one side, Yamal on the other, stay a bit wider. It's slightly different than what we saw in match day 1.
So Rodri's in there, and Laporta's up. Al-Kabasi up from the back as well, although it's going to be towards Dani Olmo, who is capable of scoring spectacular goals. Would have been right up there. Yamal, 24 goals, 17 assists, as you can see there, with Barcelona this season. Effective, although the injury towards the end of the season, certainly he felt as though it was an injury that could have had serious repercussions for his World Cup future here. There's one report suggesting that his injury has a 30% of relapsing as well.
It would have been ideal to not have to play Lamine Yamal in the first matchup, but you had to, needs must, with the scoreline. Today, Luis de la Fuente would love to get a goal or 2 cushion to be able to pull off Lamine Yamal as soon as possible, if and when this match ever feels comfortable.
And back home, it has been built as his World Cup. He's the pin-up boy, really. Faces everywhere. Alex Baena's cross. Pedri again. Pedro Porro. Now Lamine Yamal. And Porro will hit it.
Already Porro has provided so much more offensively than what his counterpart Llorente did, who got to start it right back in match day 1. If Lamine Yamal is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, then it's going to need to be the players around him that provide an option. This would have been something spectacular. Yep. Gets his body shape all wrong. But it's been an encouraging start for that man and his side 10 minutes in.
There's a couple of goals for Tottenham in the Champions League this season. And that right back roll, no Dani Carvajal, part of the Spain picture. There they come again. Lamine Yamal! There is his moment. He has arrived arrived at the World Cup. This is his stage. And he's made the impact that Spain were craving in the first game.
Get used to hearing this. Lamine Yamal has scored in the World Cup. The weight of the world on the 18-year-old shoulders, and he delivers on the biggest stage. Wonderful transition. El Amri steps, and he just leaves it thinking the line is there, but Saudi is dropped. Now this is a wonderful ball played across from Oyarzabal, and Lamine Yamal sells out to get to the back post. All the questions about could he sprint at full speed with the hamstring injury are in that moment are answered. Arrives at the right time, like he's arrived on the biggest stage in this world. Calmly and confidently finishes it. And the reaction says it all. That man, he is a star.
Well, this is his yard. And first goal of what he will hope will be the first of many here at this FIFA World Cup. Lamine Yamal. And we've seen Messi. And we've seen Harry Kane. We've seen Kylian Mbappe. The superstars turn up when it matters. And Lamine Yamal getting in on the act.
At the end of the day, he's still human. Might be superhuman, but he is a human, and you feel the emotions and the pressure. And for a goal scorer to get a goal 10 minutes into your first start of the World Cup will be the biggest sigh of relief. And now I expect to see even more confidence and bravado from the 18-year-old with the goal already in the back pocket.
Spain have ended a run of 294 minutes without a goal at the FIFA World Cup, and putting on a show in front of the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino. Oh, and it's been given away here. Lamine Yamal onto it quickly. And Pedri fires it over as it squirmed loose.
Great goalkeeping from Alois. He has to commit to this. Baena is coming in at full force. A bit heavy on the pass. Lamine Yamal could have just played this a little bit more into the path. Alois does everything to come out, make himself as big as possible. What an important save that is. Good communication in the end to call off Oyarzabal from Pedri. He just leans back at the wrong moment, gets the body shape incorrect.
18 years, 343 days. He's only the second teenager to score for Spain at a FIFA World Cup. De Gavi did so against Costa Rica. 4 years ago, that was. He's now also become the 30th different Spain player to score on their World Cup debut. But the first since Gavi did it against Costa Rica in Qatar. Dani Olmo. For those injuries this season that he's had right behind him. He plays in that pocket. Cucurella. There they go again. It's constant from Spain. But here comes Saudi Arabia, and Albrecht comes through the middle. Just won't land at his feet as Rodri picks up the pieces.
Brickham was in. It got to be a 1v1, and you actually saw Unai Simon just off your screen. He came charging out 10-15 yards outside of his 18-yard box, just anticipating the pass was going to get through. That was a real opportunity for Saudi Arabia.
Dani Olmo again. Here is Rodri. A lot of talk about Spain's midfield. Changes that have been made really click and work against Cabo Verde. It's not happening from Spain also.
So look at just the perfect ball played across. A good young forward plays in a front three, or an outside midfielder knows you've just got to be able to get to the back post, and that's a prime example. Not the way you would have anticipated Lamine Yamal scoring his first goal. You'd imagine a step over, a strike from distance, some skill, some guile. This goal was all about hard work and determination to get to the back post.
Spain given the chance to start this one ahead of Gavi. He moved to Atletico Madrid for last season for some pretty good money. His career, he's played under some great top coaches, likes of Simeone and Unai Emery and Marcelino. Spain playing their way out of trouble here. Pedro Porro.
Poor Dani Olmo was just too slow with the decision making.
This is Aymeric Laporte. Return back to Athletic Club after some 7 years away. You've been playing in Saudi Arabia. Lamine Yamal, that's a teaser. Mohamed Alois holding on to it.
It's a good look at what Dani Olmo can bring. His ability to come from a deep lying position.
Oh, and Alois getting down well. Denying Oyarzabal. They just simply can't get out here, Saudi Arabia.
This is the Spain that everybody anticipated and seeing in match day one. We're finally seeing it. Arrived to the party a little bit late, fashionably late, if you will. Maybe took a little bit of a siesta in the first match, but it has been full go from Spain from the get-go.
First quarter of an hour, 82% possession. Well, he would have known this, wouldn't he? You're just on east, still have expected it. There's Al-Habari. It's a switch on here for Saudi Arabia, perhaps.
There could be a delayed yellow coming back. That was a late challenge, I believe, from Baena.
Just to get the foot on the ball and take a bit of a breather. Saudi Arabia here, but pass is going astray. Certainly not helping their course. Aymeric Laporte, great success with Manchester City. Oh, no, Oyarzabal! There's nobody there. He was hoping that a late burst like Lamine Yamal provided for the goal. It might have happened again.
Already seeing more verticality from the Spanish side that we saw next to none of in match day one. Heads up play from Unai Simon to save that from going out for a corner kick.
Well, nobody will forget what happened against Cabo Verde. Certainly what he has done to Cabo Verde. What it's done to Vazinia's social media pages. Extraordinary.
Just remarkable. And we saw a smaller version of that with Aloy Room from Curacao. Let's take a look again at Oyarzabal just being more vertical in his approach today. That's a welcomed addition to the Spanish side that we just have not seen so far until today.
There's Oyarzabal again. He's coming into this World Cup with a terrific record behind him for Spain. 10 goals in his last 10 caps. Top scorer in qualifying. This for the Real Sociedad. A mixed old season. Miguel Oyarzabal, those Copa del Rey winner. Team being led by Pellegrino Matarazzo these days. Here he goes. All on his own. Oh, a touch just allowed the challenge to come in.
This recovery run is just so good. It's fortuitous the way it flexed into Yotaba. And then the ability to get back from Aladami is so important. What a tackle. The timeliness is perfection.
For Spain, Oyataba with the flick. Dani Olmo back in. Oh, it's bouncing around in there. That was Laporte. Oh, they're going to score. It is Oyataba, whose goals were crucial in qualifying. Whose goals, maybe the first of many at this World Cup for Mikel Oyataba. 2-0 daylight.
Spain have reacted first, and they've reacted fastest throughout the course of this match. And this one, poorly cleared. Just from this moment, that's bouncing around. Just the desire to get there, the inability to get into a position to affect the play. Oyataba is so smart with his ability to take this first little touch in front of the defender. He controls it, and then the ability to be able to recalibrate, get his body sorted, go the outside of the left. That's a poacher's finish. Such a smart, cultured finish, and an important one for Spain.
Yeah, back scoring for Spain against Cabo Verde. It was his first blank since September in World Cup qualifiers. And just checking that everything was A-OK with a potential offside. But he is flying for his country. 2-0.
It has to be said that Aymeric Laporte did ever so well to reach back in, nod the ball into the path of Oyataba, who was so smart with that little touch, but it doesn't happen if Laporte doesn't stick his head in there where it doesn't belong bravely.
Oyataba. Rodri. They come again. Spain, Lamine Yamal. Alex Baena. Sees a gap, finds Pedro Porro. Porro to hang it up, Kikere around the back. There's Dani Olmo, they're in for another one. Oyataba is in for another one. Rampant of Spain here in Atlanta. Manu could barely get in the game in the first game against Cabo Verde. Now he's got 2 goals in the blink of an eye.
There was a lack of creativity in match day 1 for Spain. The outside forwards' inability to really test the defenders 1v1 have been complete opposite in this match. Baena on one side, Lamine Yamal on the other. Baena's the one that starts it. He's the one that gets everybody from Saudi on the back foot. And then this falls fortuitously to Oyataba at the back post. Dani Olmo again showing his ability to arrive in the box, cause a bit of confusion. And every question that Spain had coming into match day 2 has been firmly answered inside the first 24 minutes.
And a smile back on his face. Mikel Oyataba has been involved in 20 goals in 40 matches for Spain since the start of last year, in fact, 2025.
What a moment for Oyataba's mother right there. Getting to watch her son bag and brace inside the first 24 minutes. He's provided an assist as well as combined on all 3 goals. And on Father's Day, well, it's Oyataba's mother that's there to be able to see it and take it all in.
Yeah, man. World Cups with the FIFA World Cup deal. See mcdonalds.ca for qualifying meals.
A safer Ontario means playgrounds with no drug injection sites nearby. It means fewer cars being stolen thanks to more police officers and prosecutors. New jails so criminals stay behind bars. Public spaces without encampments. And bail reform that protects our neighborhoods. We're making every corner of Ontario safer to make all of Ontario safer. That's how we protect Ontario.
But with ongoing market volatility, more than ever, we need to stay focused on operational efficiencies and transformational initiatives. Yes! What's the score?
We're up 2-1.
Let's put it on the big screen. Okay.
While the world sleeps, the legends rise to fuel their dreams with open eyes. They train in quiet, out of sight, and give their all day and night. To train, to fall, to rise to the hour. Not by chance, but by one's own power. Power your legacy with Powerade.
Well, it might have come at the perfect time, this hydration break. What on earth does Saudi Arabia do from here? Damage limitation now?
Yeah, this is not about Saudi Arabia being bad. This is about Spain being that good, showing why they are the #2 team in the world and a real contender to lift the trophy on July 19th. For Saudi Arabia, you just got to be able to get on the ball. You got to be able to try to get some sort of foothold in this match, get a little bit of rest with the ball to be able to test Spain, moving them defensively side to side, get your press going. We haven't seen that from Saudi. It's been disjointed with their press so far. It's
3-0. They've never scored more than 3 in the first half of a game at a World Cup. There goes Unai Simon, who is moving right through that. Oyataba with a nudge in the bag there on Al-Habi, but not very happy for the game to go on, our Brazilian referee. Lamine Yamal and Mikel Oyataba, who's with 2 goals. He was a provider for Lamine Yamal as well. He's had quite the impact today. First player to score for Spain at a World Cup whilst playing for a Basque club. Plays for Real Sociedad. Since a former Real Sociedad player, Alberto Guritz, did so in 1990. They're on one again here. Alex Baena. Kukurea couldn't be found. Abdul Hamid read it well. Dani Olmo. Baena again. Dani Olmo in that space where he loves to be. Still he goes on. Lamine Yamal is looking to curl it. Although Pedro Porro is down on the deck at the present.
There's one left in late, and there's going to be a caution for Salim Al-Dawarsi. He was late to this as Porro bravely stuck his foot in there to keep possession. Spain have just been first to every second ball. That's the end of which Al-Dawarsi steps on top of the foot. So he comes down on top of Porro's foot.
Incidentally, Abdellah Al-Amri is trying to get a fine line. He's picks up a yellow card in this one. He'll be out of the Cabo Verde game. Pedri likewise against Uruguay. He's got a yellow card to his name.
That'll be something for Luis de la Fuente to be thinking about with the scoreline being this way. Also, Lamine Yamal coming back in. You'd like to at least get him a half. but if the scoreline stays comfortable, and especially if Spain can get another one, those are two players that you need to think about managing the minutes.
Aymeric Laporte. And now Rodri. Trying to have a say on this World Cup. Able to do so at the Euros due to injury. Came off in that final, didn't he, against England? He says that his future will be sorted after this World Cup. He's his strength, but Kubasi wasn't having any of it. A youngster from Barcelona, 19 years young, was of the Barcelona family all of his career. Daniel under pressure, Rodri likewise. Can't get near them, Moussa Baljouer there. Like it from Saudi Arabia here. He makes some ground through Abdul Hamid, who plays in Europe. He plays in France for Lens. Terrific time there. Helping his team get into the Champions League. Rodri. Challenge on Oyarzabal was a committed one. Jimmy. Of the ball. Al-Tambakti here. There's Al Hilal, described as one of the best Saudi Arabia players without any doubt. So now Al-Tambakti on his 56th cap today. Rodri now. For Marco Correa. Now Pedri. Dani Olmo. Lamine Yamal. Back for Dani Olmo once again. Pedri. Lamine Yamal. One way, then the other. Swift feet. Just run out of space. Salim Al-Dazari. Well, they got a little bit of fortune here, and he's on his way again. Pau Kubasi coming across and stopping any further momentum.
Tremendous from Kubasi. There was a better option, though, to be able to go up top, and that was a poor decision when Al-Herbi should have gone to the opposite number in the Saudi build-up. That is a moment that you cannot let go if you're Saudi. There were numbers to their advantage, and they just don't take the opportunity that was presented to them.
Rodri. Dani Olmo. Pedro Porro. Yamal started the run and then put the brakes on again. Kubasi for Rodri. How deep Saudi Arabia are as well. Pedri's just seen that little bit of space. It was a challenge that was well made by Baljouer, and they're going to try and catch Simon off his line.
That would have been something. We've seen it from midfield. I don't know if we've seen it from that far beyond in their own midfield, but Al-Amri certainly felt he had the opportunity to catch Simon. Maybe a bit ambitious.
Score against Uruguay in the first game. Oyarzabal, return pass wasn't quite on. Owen stopping the corner, but it might work out here. Oh my goodness, Oyarzabal off the frame of the goal. Now that would have been some way to get your hat-trick.
We've seen plenty of crazy things in this tournament, but Look at this beautiful outside the left foot. Oh, my goodness, that's confidence personified when we got the ball. Inventive, nearly ingenious. And that would have sent this vibrant Spanish crowd into raptures if we got the ball. Would have secured his hat trick with that audacious attempt.
Lamine Yamal. Pedro Porro making the move to his right. Lamine Yamal parried back out towards Spain, whose anticipation let him down in the end. Pedri for Rodri. Let him cut inside again. He's always looking for that curler, isn't he?
You know he's looking for it. I know he's looking for it. Saudi Arabia defenders know he's looking for it. But Lamine Yamal still has the ability to cut inside and just find the ability, the half step that he needs to get the effort towards goal. Alois was all over this previous one before the one. Lamine Yamal stands wayward, but it has been so much confidence from the Spanish side.
On top it goes again, and Unai Simon's a long way from home. Flag going up anyhow.
There are moments to go quickly. It's not far off, but that's just a glimpse for Saudi Arabia's side that they can be able to get in behind. And Al Jure is quick enough. He can win that foot race, especially getting in behind Emerick Laporte. Just has to be a bit more astute with the timing of the run.
I've met once before at a World Cup, these two, back in 2006 in Kaiserslautern at the Benza. Spain winning by a single goal to 0 in the group stage. Dani Olmo almost through. Lamine Yamal. Pedri. What's he going to do? Dani Olmo. Rodri. Lamine Yamal. Pedri. Rodri again. Cucurella. Alex Baena.
It's been a wonderful passing sequence from Spain, but they need to get the end product after all this build-up.
Hold up here, but maybe in Spanish colours. Rodri. Cut out by Mutab Al-Habib. Lamine Yamal in behind. Away by Tambakti.
That's no knock on Fabio Ruiz or Ferran Torres, both incredible players, but starting Dani Olmo, absolutely the right decision from Luis de la Fuente. Provided much more of an attacking option.
About for Cucurella. Yeah, Dani Olmo playing in that pocket where he loves to be, and it allows Pedri to come back into his deeper position that he plays more with Barcelona.
Without a doubt, it's just caused much more confusion. One criticism maybe from the three that started the match day one was that it's three very similar type players, a lot of the same player profile. This time you get Olmo, who stretches the field, and they help lead to that assist on the third goal.
Alex Baena. It's asking a lot of Dani Olmo. He's certainly not the tallest player out there.
No, but it's just a glimpse to show that there's willingness to get inside the box. And for Spain, they had 16 shots inside the box in match day one, but they didn't have a player that was really looking to do that centrally. And it still leads to an opportunity. That is a really important challenge. Last-ditch variety from Lajami. But Spain have just been nearly perfect through the first 40 minutes.
8 goals, 10 assists this season for Barcelona for Dani Olmo. Score of the last World Cup in that 7-0 win against Costa Rica was as good as it got for them. Spain's recent history at World Cup finals hasn't been great, out of the round of 16 in the previous two. As defending champions, they didn't even make it out of the group stage in 2014 in Brazil. A group with the likes of Netherlands and Chile and Australia.
Well, that's to say their last knockout round win was lifting the World Cup trophy in 2010, and coming into today, out of the last 9 World Cup matches, only 2 wins for Spain.
Deflection of that. Good one for Unai Simon. With Pau Kabasi getting in each other's way, could have been costly. Dayoma. Mount just slows things down. Alex Baena. Kukurea. Rodri. Oh, that's a nice touch for Yatabal. Have another swing at it here, and he does. And drags it wide.
Almost asking for it. I have no problem with the center forward having a go. Lovely little skill check. You want your center forward who is on a hat trick. There's only ever been 5 first-half hat tricks in World Cup history. That's a player that wanted to etch his name into World Cup lore. Be the 6th player. Have all the confidence in the world. That was lacking after match day 1. Well, he got the ball hitting the back of the net. You've seen his confidence grow as the minutes passed in this first half.
Scored 1 career hat-trick. Mikel Yatabal of Spain had a 5-0 win against Andorra it was. They're enjoying themselves a bit more than they did here against Cabo Verde. Spanish supporters. Nasser Al-Dazari. That will be a goal kick.
Is that not a microcosm of the first half right there? When Saudi Arabia look like they've got something on Spain, just able to get there a little bit quicker, and the bounces go their way. It's a tremendous challenge. Wonderful recovery from Baena.
Brican, Salim Al-Dazari. Tachana, can he get in there again? He can't, not quite. It'll be a corner, but persistence there from a player who's making his 113th cap. He's the most experienced in this Saudi Arabian squad.
Now the varsity is so fun to watch play football. He's able to get feet sorted, try to go through 2 with some ingenuity, wins a set piece. And this is where Saudi Arabia feel they might have a slight advantage on these set pieces. Get likes of Al Amri forward and Tambaki as well.
The referee just making sure everything is how it should be in there. Oh, it's not the best of passes to find Al-Dazari, and this is where Lamine Yamal can really get it. Saudi Arabia here, as I say that, he's human after all.
With the hamstring injury that Lamine Yamal has been nursing, 19 minutes in the first game. The lack of explosiveness, maybe the little bit of hesitancy we saw in just that moment. If I'm Luis de la Fuente at this scoreline, nobody's going to want to hear this. What I would be thinking about taking him out at halftime, just putting him in some bubble wrap and saying, all right, this looks as though Spain, I've done a fairly comprehensive job of dominating this match. You got 3 goals to the good. You cannot afford to pick up an injury to Lamine Yamal if you want to make a serious run at the World Cup if you're Spain.
Yeah, he was honest that missing the World Cup was the first thing that was on his mind when he got injured. Here he is again. 5 additional minutes we will have at the end of this first half. Marc Cucurella. Baena. Rodri. his finer moments.
No, but it just is good to see more numbers in the box for Spain, and it's a little bit of a different attack when you get a final third entry and you cut it back. This is almost Rodri's view. We can look from our referee's point of view. Well, he knows it. A player of his quality would expect himself to be able to get that on target. Just another look at how Spain, their willingness to get forward, has been a stark contrast in match day 2 from match day 1.
Well, look at that in terms of your match momentum. Sheer dominance from La Roja, who are showing their true colours here at this World Cup. Lamine Yamal, Pedro Porro. As far to travel, their base has been a couple of hours away from here in Chattanooga, side of the state border, Spain. Will be off to Mexico for their final game in Guadalajara against Uruguay. Rodri, Pedro, Rodri again, Alex Baena, Pedri, that's Cucurella. At times the way that Spain just have the ball, they're chasing shadows, aren't they, Saudi Arabia?
That's the perfect description for it. It's just so reactive from Saudi Arabia right now. Not much they can do. Spain, when they move the ball this quickly, 1 and 2 touches, the technical ability is really starting to show, the class of the Spaniards. And now concentration is key for Saudi. If Spain make this 4 before half, that'd be simply devastating. Oh, might be on.
Break could be on here. Scampering back big time here is Spain, and done really well to keep this going. This is Al-Abi. And back in time.
That goes to show the discipline to get back when you're up 3-0, 3 minutes into stoppage time of the first half, but to still have the commitment and the instinct to get back with so much discipline. Those are the key components to a solid team. We've seen how good they've been in the offensive half, but that commitment in the defensive half there to recover right before half is so vital.
Long it goes from Lajami. Oh, it's a downfall. They're appealing for a penalty in there as well, maybe for a handball. Rodri clears. The final say on this first half. There's Al-Tambakti. Jami back to Mohamed Alouais, who's player of the match in that victory over Messi's Argentina in Qatar. He brought back here for offside. Final minutes of the 5 added on then here in Atlanta. The give and go is on. It's the comeback for Ayatabal. Swung, and I think he got more of Salim Al-Tazari than he did of the ball. That'll be a painful one.
Al-Tazari knew he was going to absorb this contact. He knows he's got to get in front of Ayatabal. Good reactions from the midfielder to get back, put his foot in there, and if he shies away from the challenge, so Ayatabal is coming across that. He's got good body shape. Those are the ones that trail away from the goalkeeper looking to go low to the far post.
But that is that for the first 45 minutes, which has been all about Spain. And crowd have been entertained seeing the Spain that they were expecting on game 1, certainly here on game 2, with the introduction of Lamine Yamal straight into it on his World Cup debut start, a scorer. Oyarzábal with a couple of goals as well. Saudi Arabia have just not been able to deal with Spain. You feared when it did go 3-0, it could have been worse. But it is just the 3 at half-time.
Do you call it soccer, or do you call it football?
Really?
You're right, who gives a... It doesn't matter what you call it. 90 minutes is what matters. The odds matter. The next goal. The same game parlay. When you bet matters. Soccer or football? Move on. Because the beautiful game has a million shifting factors. Canada's premier betting destination for the world's game. Bet with Sports Interaction.
You going back home for the games?
Oh, I wish.
Hey! Tap in. Tap in.
Across the pond, please.
Sorry, mate. Don't go south of the river.
Easy. Let's go.
Hey, we're playing hockey here.
Not anymore, kiddo. This way to the stadium? Everything's a tap-in with Visa.
Where is he? 10 seconds before the whistle, and you think this is a good time to fill it at sea bass? Really, Terry? Come on.
Just grabbing snacks for the game.
Just get them delivered, you donut. What are you doing?
You need to leave, Gordon Ramsay.
Who could cook at a time like this? With hundreds of deals on Uber Eats.
Beaver. Bird. Frog. Hoppers, hoppers, hoppers on Disney Plus. Avatar. 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 Fire and Ash coming soon.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Watch Hoppers now and don't miss Avatar, Fire and Ash, streaming June 24th on Disney Plus.
Stop debating between razor burn and burning through another razor. Start shaving with Gillette with 3 times more protective coatings for a difference you can see and feel. So even your 30th shave is still smooth and comfortable. Gillette, official partner of the NHL.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He dribbles past one defender. He's heading towards the box. He shoots! Goal!
Yeah, man. Oh, I don't know, man. It's been a minute. It's all muscle memory. Once you learn, you never forget. Just like setting up a savings goal on the BMO app. If you say so. I do say so.
It's Coca-Cola halftime. First half highlights, 11th minute. Mikel Oyarzábal plays it to Lamine Yamal at the back post. Yamal scores his first ever World Cup goal. There it is. 10 minutes later, big scramble in the box off the Spain corner. Oyarzábal eventually going to put this one away. That gives Spain the 2-0 lead. Just 3 minutes later, it's Oyarzábal again. Incredible first half from Oyarzábal. I am nailing this name. Scores his second of the match, and here are the first half stats. Lamine Yamal, just the second player aged 18 or younger to open the scoring in a World Cup match. The other, a 17-year-old Pele. Oyarzábal, just the second player on record to score 2 goals and an assist in the opening 25 minutes of a World Cup match. Well, Lamine Yamal is who we thought he was. He comes in and starts his first World Cup match, scores his first World Cup goal, second youngest player from Spain to do it, behind only his teammate, Gavi. And it just felt like this Spanish offense got plugged in once Yamal started. Is he the spark, really, that Spain was looking for?
Certainly one of them, and I think you look at De La Fuente's changes, who he's brought into the game, they've all had an impact. Porro from right back, Baena, Olmo, and Lamine Yamal. This is the first goal. Terrible defending from Saudi, and they just got to be better. It's such a staggered line that allows Oyarzábal to get in behind, but it's really about the commitment to get into the penalty area and take up those goal-scoring positions. This is the primary threat that you have to deal with and they're actually not in a bad position to do it. They just don't match the run. But you look at the others that are lining up in a queue, just to even Rodri's looking to get into the back post to follow up. This is textbook, exactly what they didn't do in the first match against Cabo Verde. They never really got behind, had the defenders facing their own goal and whipped balls across the face of goal. They did in this occasion, and Lamine Yamal, the first of many goals, I'm sure, Claire, on his World Cup journey to go, this was the first one. Wasn't an exciting goal, wasn't a special goal. He's tried about 1,000 times to slew one in the top corner with his left foot. But this is what we're looking for from him, for sure.
Yeah, he's really working on that bent left-footed shot to the top corner, a couple crosses to the same area. It's almost like he's stretching his leg out. It's a little bit hard to take stock of the Spanish offense in a game like this. They're going to create infinite chances in a match like this, and they're going to be able to take advantage of throwing both fullbacks forward because Saudi's just not providing a transitional threat or any kind of meaningful counterattack. So they're always going to have significantly more numbers in this match forward than I think they're going to be able to have going forward in the tournament. Their games will not get easier from here. They're only going to get harder from here. Just a little note on Dani Olmo. I think that's absolutely the right move, absolutely the right number 10. He's really added something and a significantly more dimension in that attack. I mean, the reason that Oyarzabal is able to get on the ball so much today, I think, is in large part to Dani Olmo's effect in the number 10.
Oh, without a doubt. I think if you look at Spain, very disappointing, underwhelming in the first match, and now coming in with all these changes, and of course, Lamine Yamal, out of all these other players coming in and making the biggest impact on his team, he's an incredibly special player, big talent, maybe the biggest talent we've ever seen. That's how far I'm going to go with this, and someone who's impacted the game, and now it's a question about how much longer did it keep him on the pitch?
Well, this is it, right? I mean, he's got the hamstring. He's coming back from the hamstring injury. He's looked electric in this match. There are millions of people around the world tuning in for the second half to see that kid play. Do you annoy all those people by taking him out at halftime?
You'd certainly have a strong argument. I think the challenge is going to be Lamine Yamal is going to want to play. And the difficulty you face as a coaching staff when you're consulting with your medical staff is coming out after a halftime break where you've sat down in a dressing room and really cooled off. They're going to be worried, Dr. Rustad, about what's going to happen to that hamstring. So what would you do as a doctor?
Take him out of the half. Like, there's no need for him in the second half. He's had a little bit of a run. He's had a chance to kind of flex his dribbling skills and get his legs moving. Take him out at the half. They've got other options. Asmir, who goes in for him?
Well, I think I'd like to see Nico Williams get some more minutes in this game at some point. Now, whether he's going to get 45 minutes, we'll have to wait and see. But maybe Ferran Torres is another option. So Spain definitely don't lack options up front.
We'll see what De La Fuentes decides. If Lamine Yamal will play the second half. But man, oh man, he's been as advertised in the first. Just an electric first half for Spain as Lamine Yamal gets his first game, or first goal at a World Cup. And we'll continue the halftime show after this.
Every 4 years, we make family traditions. And if we're lucky, make noise. Make purchases with the Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite Plus card to earn Scene Plus points faster and take your tradition to new places.
Prep. Anticipate. Celebrate. Repeat. Care for your skin like you care for the game with Dove Men.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He dribbles past one defender. He's heading towards the box. He shoots!
It's Dollar Drink Summer at McDonald's. Get a small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax all summer long. Dollar Drink Summer, only at McDonald's.
Aww. Ben's gonna miss him.
are set to host their third match of the tournament. New Zealand and Egypt a little later tonight. The two teams at this year's tournament with the most World Cup games without a win. Maybe that changes for one of them tonight. Kickoff for BC Place is at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Well, Spain have found themselves. There's some fans at the fan zone in Atlanta as Spain are up big. 3 goals in the first 25 minutes against Saudi Arabia. Last time that happened in a World Cup match, Germany against Brazil in 2014. Second half from Atlanta is still to come.
Are you hungry? I ordered us a couple of hot dogs.
Yeah, I could eat.
Mustard?
Yes, please. I'll get breakfast.
Okay.
Guys, I hate to break it to you, but we don't have enough Lay's for the game.
Let's go to the store then.
We cannot go in there. It's 2-pack.
Oh, just 2-pack. Hi, how you doing? We were having an awesome viewing party, and if you had Lay's, you can come with us.
How are you?
Chips? No Lay's, no game.
He had them! Try to get the whole carton.
Welcome. Grab the door.
Buenas.
Cinco estrelas para você.
Not bad.
Say hi to the Lees and their newest family member, the Kia EV5. Gordon has a lot to do and appreciates looking great while doing it.
Kia, movement that inspires.
And with BMO Insights, you always know where your money's going.
Turns out I'm terrible at soccer, so let's switch back for the second half.
Come on, how bad could it be?
It's pretty bad.
Back inside Atlanta Stadium, will Luis de la Fuente do the prudent thing and protect that hamstring, take Lamine Yamal out of the lineup to start the second half? Let's find out with the call. Chris Sharples and Jamie Watson.
Yeah, Ferran Torres on, Yeremy Pino on, Mikel Oyarzabal will not be going for a hat-trick. He has gone off as well. And there are a couple of changes as well for Saudi Arabia. So Mohamed Kano and he's coming on, and Abdullah Al-Hamdan is the other player that is coming on for Yujus Donis. Al-Habari and Al-Jawer are the players that have gone off. And so the message you'll have been there, Jamie. You're down 3-0 at half-time as a coach. What do you want to hear? What do you need to hear from your coach as a player?
I want to hear a coach that still is positive and motivating and saying, let's break this down into 15-minute segments. Let's go in the first 15 minutes of the second half for Saudi Arabia. Try to press higher, try to win the ball back in an advantageous position, win some free kicks, try and go and get a goal. But more importantly, this side now has faced a little bit of adversity, the Saudi side. What is the response, knowing that this is not a match that will see them eliminated if it doesn't go their way, if they can't turn this around? But you've got to build towards that next phase. But 15 minutes, you've got to look at it that way. Try to accomplish that goal of competing, getting a goal back if you can, and then attack the next 15 minutes and the final 15 minutes after that.
There's Ferran Torres. Had a good season with Barcelona. 16 goals in La Liga, his best ever return. Nice changes here. Cano into a midfield. Had a struggle to really get the better of the likes of Rodri and Pedri and Dani Olmo. And Abdullah Al-Hamdan of Al Nassr. He's got 3 goals in the Saudi Super League after a move from Al Hilal. He comes here. So Saudi Arabia get us back underway here in Atlanta. They are 3-0 down at half-time to a royally good Spain in that first 45 minutes. Will it be the same outcome, or will it be an improved defensive display from Saudi Arabia to stop Spain scoring anymore? We've had some big victories. Lamine Yamal is off. You were talking about it, Jamie, weren't you? How much game time do you give him? You're going to be wanting to wrap him up in cotton ball now, aren't you?
It's the right decision. It's the difficult one because as a viewer, you love being able to see such a talented young superstar player that became the second youngest player to open the scoring in a World Cup match at 18 years, 343 days. Second only to a 17-year-old in 1958.
Who was
named Pele. Oh. Never heard of him?
Rings a bell. So the flag goes up here.
This goes to show the rarefied air that Lamine Yamal has entered today with that goal.
It might have all been doom and gloom for Spain after that Cabo Verde game, but they are unbeaten in a fair while. 31 matches since Colombia beat them in a friendly. In London, 32 competitive games. Spain haven't lost since Scotland beat them in a European qualifier. Dani Olmo has made such an impact. He's an absolute superstar in his time at RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga. He was a cup winner there. Here's Pedri. Alex Baena was caught late. Referee has spotted that he's down, but allowing the game to continue. Over the head of Ferran Torres and put behind by Duhamid.
Spain in the first match took all of their corners short. Understanding that Cabo Verde was much more dominant in the air. Already see secondary Spanish players come over in Yerby Pino. There is the option of Cucurella Laporte to get on the end of this.
Too much going on in there for the Brazilian referee's liking. Keep an eye on Dani Olmo on the edge of the area as well. Tried it in the first half, picking him out, and there's a flick on and it's going to go in! Extraordinary! Cucurella with the swing. Spain have 4. Well, then this will go down as an own goal. And if any goal is to sum up the way things are going for Saudi Arabia, it is that one.
It's just so unfortunate for Saudi. Cucurella strikes this with something, and watch the technique that he's able to strike this with. And when he does, it's so difficult for the goalkeeper to react. And then Hassan Tambakti, he's the unfortunate one that'll get credited with the own goal. He'll know nothing about it. He was trying to stand in the way of it, and it's just the deflected effort off of the goalkeeper's save. Otherwise, trying to do everything he can to get this thunderbolt away. And unfortunately for Saudi Arabia, it's turned into their own net, and a microcosm of today's proceedings.
Well, they want more here. Ferran Torres the targets, and Alois, who played his part, he made the save, he did his job, but the fans have just seen it on the halo that is hanging down from the roof here at this most incredible arena. Disbelief how that went in. Not much going on in there. Unai Simon with a comfortable take. Rodri.
It was good initial press to try to win the ball back, but then you just see how disjointed the lines are from Saudi, and they're just unable to do it collectively as a unit. That's more or less one or two players going, and then the rest of the group watching. That's not a recipe for success, trying to win the ball back.
Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres. Dani Olmo is slowly getting himself back up onto his feet.
Al Emery got in the way and knocked Olmo off from continuing his run on with the 1-2.
Laporte and Kubasi. Just short of his 17th birthday when he made his debut for Barcelona, Pau Kubasi. The La Masia ranks. Laporte, Binders making the move. So run out. The Atletico player.
That's Cucurella, just completely unmarked. The biggest question is, how in the world is a player unmarked at the back post inside the 6-yard box? It's just really shambolic defending, and ultimately it's a good bit of luck and fortune that it went in the way that it did. But Cucurella, he had all time take a shot or hit it first time like he did. He could have picked the way in which he was going to lash that towards goal.
Playing under Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid after the World Cup, Marc Cucurella. From Chelsea, an up and down time with Chelsea.
What a ball.
Strenigo. And Always to the stop. And that was Ferran Torres. The pass to find Pedro Porro was absolutely on point.
That was just a sublime entry pass that breaks both the midfield line and the backfield line of Saudi Arabia. I believe it was Kubarsi with just an inch perfect ball through.
It's reminded that nobody will be secured of progression from this group. The game's been played, and the second round of matches. We're coming down to that final game. Whereas Albrican, combination of can Spain profit now? Spain for Pedri, and now Dani Olmo. Spain. It's away by Al-Amri. Dani Olmo. Gazari gets a free kick here. It's Real Ittihad. Saudi Pro League, 8 major honours in his career. Throwaways. Into action here.
That ball is just of the next level, and the maturation that Kubarsi has at 18 years old and the progressive passes that he can play. That is a real difference maker to have a center back that is so good with his feet but has such vision going forward.
Four goals for Spain, only the second time in the last 23 World Cup matches Spain has scored 4 or more goals. opened up their account in Qatar with a 7-0 win against Costa Rica. Cucurella, will he get there? Cucurella, across it goes. Able to be forced in. Rodri now. Pedri, a bit of space to get a shot away. Rodri. He goes towards Cucurella. Spain now. Cucurella helps his teammate out, finding Dani Olmo. Pedri. Cucurella. Rodri. Rodri again. Yeremy Pino just trying to time his run at the top of the defensive line there.
This is the 20-pass plus sequence right now for Spain.
Yep, the LAs will come to an end.
Right on cue, huh? Felt like you were enjoying the football too much from Spain. I had to put the commentator curse on it. Just Cucurella, a moment ago we saw a really insightful stat that both him and Pedro Porro had a pair of defensive line breaking passes, and Baena has led the squad with 4. You combine that in the first half with Lamine Yamal's dribbling ability. That sort of balance from both sides, both outside backs breaking lines with passes, both outside midfielders even doing it with their feet or 1v1. It's simply unstoppable for Spain. And then you put in Dani Olmo in the middle and Pedri, who are comfortable in the positioning, Oyarzabal scoring goals, getting on the end of it. That's exactly what Spain need to do if they want to progress on this tournament and ultimately make a run at lifting the trophy.
Just studies pointing out the lack of balance really with Spain in their first game. They felt that they didn't have that 1v1 and individual talent. That was really missing in the game. We've seen it perfectly here this afternoon. Alex Baena. Kubasi. Dani Olmo for Kubasi again, comes from a family of carpenters. He said he was too annoying to be in and around the workshop. That's why he took on football instead.
Sound decision.
Pedro Porro. For the World Cup, he missed out on selection for the Euros. Gianni Infantino again, being royally entertained, I'm sure here. Michel Salgado there, to the top right of your picture. Spain legend.
Fernando Hierro right behind him as well. Center back for Real Madrid. A few Madridistas here that there's more in the suites than there are on the pitch right now for Spain. Don't say that very often, do we?
Yeah, before the news of Marco Correa's move to Real Madrid, there was no Real Madrid player in the squad for the very first time. 2010, when they won the World Cup, all but one of the starters in the final played for Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Lovely to see in the suites as well, the dignitaries from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Ministry of Sport as well here, their family as well. Great support. We've seen the growth of the Saudi Pro League, thanks in large part to the investment from the PIF and from the Kingdom. It's simply remarkable to see, and it's led to Saudi being viable contenders, pulling off the biggest result of the last World Cup, beating the eventual champions Argentina in the opening match of it. But this Saudi side, they're one that is going to be a part of every World Cup going forward, you feel like.
Certainly the overseas influx has have a say on the progression of the homegrown players, as a yellow card has been awarded here. Cano.
Just on the stroke of Roger's 30th birthday tomorrow. He's the one that suffered the flailing arm of Cano. Also be Miguel Marino's birthday tomorrow. You mentioned earlier, Luis de la Fuente turned 65 today.
Yeah. So influx of changes here once the end of Firas Albrican's game. Lots of El Amri. So Ala Al-Haji coming on, and Mohamed Abu Al-Shamat. Plays for Al-Qadsiya in the Saudi Pro League. He only made his debut at the end of May. There he is. Spain are going to introduce Nico Williams and Mikel Merino. So it's the end of Dani Olmo's afternoon, and what an afternoon he's had. And Alex Baena too. He's also put in a shift down that left flank.
Two important substitutions that were made from the start today for the Spanish side that made a world of difference. Baena on one side, Olmo through the middle. That was a stroke of genius from Luis de la Fuente.
Breaker goes against Spain here. Yeremy Pino is a European winner at the end of last season with Crystal Palace, winning the Europa Conference League, and a wonderful occasion.
Only a handful of minutes for Nico Williams on match day one, are less than Lamine Yamal, excuse me, and now he gets some half hour here.
Ferran Torres. That's the one that's been penalised.
Gaps are starting to form in this back line for Saudi. Watch when Ferran Torres swings through this. That's where he catches the leg of Lajami. A good spot from a referee. It's the right decision.
Kabasi. Saudi Arabia, that will be the host of the World Cup, lest we forget, 2034. Chosen back in December.
That's too long for Pedri. He's got to make a decision quicker.
Just bring a little bit of belief for Saudi Arabia that they can just get a goal, have a challenge, lay some foundations down going into their final game against Cabo Verde.
We haven't really seen enough prolonged spells of possession from Saudi, and that's more down to the repress from Spain. It's been phenomenal from the Spaniards and the European champions, but for Saudi, they need to get some chance creation in these final 25+ minutes. Just a little bit of something, proof of concept of how you can build forward, you can get opportunities. But it really feels as though when this match went 4 at the beginning of the second half, if there were any doubts at 3-4, certainly feels like it put it to rest.
He's only the second Greek to coach a match in a World Cup since Alketas Panagioulias, leading Greece in 1994 here in the USA. Donis was born in Germany, actually, in Frankfurt. Came into the role after Everena was sacked. Ferran Torres wide. The
applause were for the passer, Mikel Merino. The weight on this pass is simply phenomenal. The Arsenal man and Premier League champion puts this right into the path. Ferran Torres was so desperate to go with the right foot, and he runs around it, but not all the way because of the onrushing Alois, and that's one that you want to see Ferran Torres just take with his left confidently in stride, or if he is going to run around it with his right, then he runs around it by another half step, and he can curl it with the inside of his right.
Score against Iraq in a World Cup, a warm-up game. Lamine Yamal just casually walking down, having made his way out of the tunnel area, the dressing rooms. Again, it's a delivery where there's nobody there to be in a position to attack.
You mentioned Lamine Yamal making his way out. He walks right by the Saudi bench, and in the midst of all the build-up for Saudi, head coach Giorgio Sonis turned and gave a little bit of a high five and a hug to Lamine Yamal, just the respect being shown for the 18-year-old. Lots of praise yesterday in the press conference from the Saudi Arabia head coach, bestowed upon the 18-year-old as well.
Described him as the biggest talent in the world and has replaced Lionel Messi and Barcelona.
See, we've used Yamal's name in a sentence with Pele and now with Messi. We're starting to get the hint that this guy is something special if you didn't know about him before.
Nico Williams of Athletic Club. Through the academy there at the Basque Giants in Bilbao. Jeremy Pino. Pedri. The search for 5 here, Spain. Nico Williams. Right up the stretch, Ali Najami. Deep one towards Rodri. He's kept it alive here. The flag eventually going up. And so we will have the second half hydration break. Spain adding to the 3 goals from the first half through an own goal.
Here goes. 1, 2, 3.
Take the pitch with FanDuel's new footy features. Bet all 120 minutes and get early payouts when your team goes up too. Live betting lets you celebrate every strike. And with FanDuel's new Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. At FanDuel, every score means more. North America's #1 sportsbook and casino. FanDuel, play your game.
Play for the Ultras? Game over.
Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra Zero.
The world is changing, but with every challenge comes a chance to build better. stronger. We're investing in ourselves, buying Canadian, prospering from our resources and critical minerals. Our plan is to create jobs, build affordable homes twice as fast, break down barriers between provinces, and expand global trade. This is our moment to build a strong economy by Canadians, for Canadians. A message from the Government of Canada.
These are turbulent times.
The crown is a weight that crushes. You'll do things that spell death for all involved.
We are exposing her as weak.
My enemies have been allowed to muster their strength.
Did I not warn you that you would come to this?
That was on yellow card warning. If he would have picked up a second yellow, he would have missed the final match against Uruguay in Guadalajara. So that was a astute decision from De La Fuente, and all 5 subs now for Spain have been used.
So we're back underway. Spain leading by 4-0 here in Atlanta. Kukurea keep it in play. Saudi Arabia on a current of just 1 win in the last 6 games this calendar year, in fact. To pick up a warm-up win against Puerto Rico. Exactly been going great guns. Hervé Renard was dismissed from his role after a heavy defeat to Egypt in late March. Certainly had a welcome back to the World Cup with Tunisia.
Talked about Luis de la Fuente turning 65 years old. Well, Georgios Donis has turned 65 days old as the coach of this team.
He was hoping for no injuries, a good performance, a victory, and maybe a jumper for his birthday present, he said in his press conference yesterday.
Well, he's gotten most of those things. We'll see about the jumper. That's a smart one he's got on right there.
Famed for his work with the Spanish youth system. He's been involved with the federation for so long now, 13 years. Kind of getting back to his skeptics with success at the European Championships, reached 2 Nations League finals, won 1 and lost 1. Just have a deal to the next European Championships.
Like seeing the tactical flexibility. This man on the ball right there, Rodri. Well, he's been higher up for most of the match. Now he drops back between the 2 center backs.
Here is Kukurea. Fabian Ruiz. Did start the first game with Ferran Torres, both on now.
Rodri's command on this game has been so influential. He's just dictating the pace of play. He tells his teammates points where to go. They listen instantly. Start this attack as it goes from side to side.
Jeremy Pino, led away by Lejami. Mikel Merino. Jeremy Pino just out of the reach of Fabian Ruiz.
It's not a lack of effort for the Saudi side today. They've just run into the European giants and European champion Spain at their absolute best.
And a wounded one as well.
A team that's progressively getting better by each match day with their superstars and Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams progressively getting more and more minutes. And the former getting on the score sheet today.
Spain, one of just 8 nations to have won the World Cup. First title in South Africa. There's Iniesta scoring the winning goal. It's been pretty bleak since then. In front of just over 68,000 here in Atlanta today.
To your point, this will just be the 3rd win in the last 10 matches for Spain in the World Cup. 6 draws, but for a team that has been so prolific and is renowned as one of the best national teams in the world, year in and year out, they just haven't been able to get it done in World Cups since they lifted the trophy.
Marino, the sprightly run of Pedro Porro. I'll be full stretch. Just played in the United States with Al Hilal in Club World Cup last summer. To the quarterfinals. Al Nassr are the champions of the Saudi Super League. There is Gianni Infantino and His Royal Highness the Minister of Sport for Saudi Arabia as well alongside.
Joining the various dignitaries and very important people in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was also Yuri Djorkaeff, former World Cup winner.
Wonderful to see Placido Domingo here, the singer. Spain have hit the right note today.
You mentioned you can sing like him as well, right?
Maybe not on air.
Speak for everybody and say thank you. For Spain, this is the type of performance they needed today. Confidence building, and it was actually refreshing to hear Luis de la Fuente in the presser yesterday say that nothing has changed for us. Maybe for you guys, kind of jokingly with the media and the narrative after that draw in the opening match, but Spain still felt the exact same that they did a week before. That was hopes that they were going to build into this tournament and it'd be a long one for them and ultimately can lead to another trophy.
They tend to start well World Cups. They won their first match of a World Cup 3 times in the last 15. Remember, they lost the first one, but in 2010, and guess what happened at the end of that?
I like the way you're looking at that with the glass half full. Argentina as well last year to this Saudi side, or last World Cup.
Yeah.
But if Spain play like this, they're going to be very difficult. Imagine the likes of France, England, Argentina, all the other real top-tier contenders will be watching this performance and going, this is not what you want to see from Spain. If they get this run of form going through the tournament, they are going to certainly be one of the teams that will be favored.
Fabian Ruiz, Paris Saint-Germain, Mikel Merino. To eye-to-eye in the Champions League final not so long ago. Breaks down and a chance to break away here. Gazari, here he is again. Just quick enough to make things happen, and Pino just to find the pass, and the return from Ferran Torres doesn't find Jeremy Pino. Go for another clean sheet here, Spain. They've never started a World Cup campaign with 2 clean sheets. Really needed to stretch themselves too much after that 4th goal went in. They've not had a shot since the 65th minute of the game. Al-Dazari still singing away, chanting away. The Saudi Arabia fans just out to the right of us here at the Atlanta Stadium. Pockets of green all around. Led for so long in their first game against Uruguay. Broke that look at times. Alois made 9 saves in that game. But what can they do here? Unai Simon forced into action. Abdullah Al-Hamdan. I found Nasser.
That's better from Saudi. They've done a wonderful job there of just keeping their composure, keeping the ball moving. Al-Hamdan early with the team effort, one that Unai Simon would expect to save, but this is a bit more like it from Saudi. It's just taken a while to get to this point, but better from the collective press of the front 4.
Al-Hamdan who plays for Al Nassr, the current champions, sending a while without a title. A long wait. Cristiano Ronaldo getting his hands on a silverware. Nico Williams, Cucurella in support. Nico Williams, oh, and it's repelled, and repelled well, but at what cost here to Spain in particular? And Tambakti, it seems okay, but from a Spain point of view, a bit of concern here.
That'll be the question will be asked right now if Yeremy Pino was able to head this towards goal and Tambakti doesn't make any contact on the ball, only on the head of Yeremy Pino. On that glance, doesn't look like there's much more to it. Oh, it's actually the trailing on his hit off of Tambakti. Great look from our camera crew there.
Abdul Hamid. It just seems to be a little bit more life about Saudi Arabia here in the final 10 minutes or so.
Well, it will most likely have no impact on the final proceedings here today. It can also be a little bit of proof of concept and some pictures to be shown by Georgios Donis after they go and break down the film and the assessment. We see a little bit of flair, a little bit of individuality, some passing and moving like we've seen from Saudi in the last 10 minutes. Certainly they will take that with full confidence that if they can play like that against Cabo Verde, they will be able to get a full 3 points and maybe able to get one of those 8 third-place spots to get into the round of 32.
Yeah, up to Houston they go. Into Texas, they have been based in Austin, Texas. That's proving to be a bit more of a cooler environment inside the stadium, certainly compared to that of the Texan Heat, and that's in Miami as well when they played Uruguay. Free kick here goes Saudi Arabia's way. Nation who reached their 7th World Cup, went through 4 rounds of qualifying. It was quite the epic route. November of 2023 it all started for them against Hong Kong.
Laporte's gotten away with one there. There could have been a different outcome to that. Sensible from a referee to not book him, but Laporte does not need to pick up a needless yellow at 4-0 and put himself on a yellow card warning heading into the last match day against Uruguay.
Nico Williams. Altambakti. Here's Lejami. A twin brother, he played a handful of times for Saudi Arabia. Lejami. There's a man over on this side here, Abdul Hamid. Found well.
This is better from Saudi Arabia. Look like they're finally have shaken maybe the little bit of fear and maybe too much respect they had for Spain. Spain fully deserve it of that respect. They've earned that, and they played like a side that deserved to be respected. But was it a bit too deep? Maybe when you look back at the proceedings, and especially with Spain scoring 10 minutes into this match, maybe the tactics were set up into too low of a block and invited too much possession. In Spain, they were a lot more clinical today than they were in match day 1 against Cabo Verde. Look, if I could tell you the right answers of how to approach tactically against Spain, I'd be down there on the sideline, not up here in the booth with you, Chris. But nevertheless, it just feels like Saudi have finally just gone for it and opened themselves up, and they've looked better in the last 10 minutes than Spain.
Lejami. All two go for the same ball here. The clash of heads. The referee has to stop the play. Kano and Al Haji. Kano's just come off worse here.
That's a really nasty one, because Kano would not have seen Al Haji coming in behind, so he couldn't have even braced himself for the impact. Our referee does the absolute right thing. Even if the counterattack was on for Spain, you see a player go down after that and immediately stop the game.
Just a reminder, we've got several games of the World Cup today. Belgium, Iran, Uruguay, Cabo Verde, which is crucial to this particular group. New Zealand, Egypt as well. They will take all of the cheers to Guadalajara and to Houston respectively.
The Saudi fans have really come into Atlanta Stadium and the downtown of Atlanta, Georgia, and they've made it a vibrant atmosphere. You get a good look at Lamine Yamal's mom. What a moment that must be to see your son score a goal, his first World Cup goal in person. First of many, you feel like.
Absolutely. He's saying at the build-up of this, everything will work out for us. He has no doubt. He's fully expecting that his team will go all the way and lift the most coveted trophy in football. Looks like he's going to be coming on here for Saudi Arabia. Plays for Al Ettifaq. He scored 16 goals with 7 assists in the Saudi Super League this season. You can see the blood-stained shirt, which is going to need to get changed. There is Khalid Al-Ghanam ready to come on. change can be made. So the end of Nasser Al-Dosari in the middle of the park on what is his 49th cap for his country today. He's played at Al Hilal all of his career. Some reports suggesting a lot of eyes are on him from top European clubs. Al Ghanan coming on. Recalled in March he was after some 4 years away. Cano comes back with a fresh shirt as the game restarts. It's Kukurea. Rodri. So 6 added on. It's Mikel Merino. Mr. Flood for a traditional place at the World Cup with his injuries that he had in the second half of this season in the Premier League with Arsenal. He fractured his foot in February. Returned on the final day of the season against Crystal Palace. Here's again the Arsenal man, Kukurea. Rodri. For Spain, Ferran Torres. I think this is a close one, you know. They had to be there to put it in, though. And for now, Spain celebrates again.
Wonderful football from Spain. They've been nearly perfect today. In the expansive nature in which they've made the field, let the ball do the work. The movement off the ball, combination play. Feels tight. Ferran Torres, the first look, went to the assistant referee on the far side.